bought some books. I mean, this didn't happen last time. It's from labo. To-do list for this upcoming week. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Caitlin, and I thought we could spend a little weekend in my life together. I have a decent amount of things going on and things that I need to get done. I think filming a video will hold myself accountable, so here I am. But I thought I'd start this video off in a little bit of a fun way. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I just got back from France, which is so fun, so exciting. And of course, I bought some books. First bookstore I went to, you know I had to go to Shakespeare and Company. Couldn't believe my eyes because on the outside of the building, there are chalkboards. I'm gonna insert a picture of what one of the chalkboards said, and I'm gonna read it to you right now actually, because me and this man who started the bookstore, his name is George Whitman, we're kind of on the same wavelength. Okay, so you see the picture now. It says, "This store has rooms like chapters in a novel. And the fact is, Tolstoy and Dostoevsky are more real to me than my next door neighbors. And even stranger to me is the fact that even before I was born, Dostoevsky wrote the story of my life." And now here's where I disagree, because he says in a book called The Idiot, and that's my least favorite Dostoevsky. So we're a little different. And then here's the red flag. Here's the actual red flag of this man. "And ever since reading it, I have been searching for the heroine, a girl called Nastasia Philippovna." Last sentence really put me off of that man, but I think we'd get along regardless. Of course, I had to go to this bookstore. It is probably like the most famous bookstore in France. Of course, I bought the tote bag. No one could convince me otherwise. I have no idea if I'll ever go back to France. Hopefully I do. I had to buy this for my own personal satisfaction. Of course, I had to buy a book because I was in France and they had all the UK editions. They have so much more than Barnes & Noble here in the US. Like, I was in heaven. All the Fitzcarraldo editions. Stop. Although I didn't get a Fitzcarraldo. I got a Stanislaw Lem. Stanislaw Lem is a Polish sci-fi author. He's most known for Solaris, which I read early this year, last year, I can't remember. But I can never find him in the US. He just doesn't exist here. I only had Solaris and this book of his in Shakespeare and Co. This is the Star Diaries, and I have no clue what this is about. The back of the book talks about clones, robots. It's playful, absurd, satirical. It talks about cosmic voyages. I think this will be so fun. And look, they gave me a little bookmark. It has a cat on it and some books and the little stamp. Oh, and they also stamped my book. Look at that. They stamped my book. Isn't that amazing? These next two books I bought at Smith & Son. It's right by the Tuileries, the garden next to the Louvre. I got it at their main bookshop, which is up here. I was so happy to see this one because this bookstore had all the English books and it had some good ones. Okay, so the first one, what a name. This is Humiliated and Insulted by Dostoevsky. I have never seen this in print in the US, although my Barnes & Noble has started carrying these editions. I actually just got one also by Dostoevsky. It's his Winter Notes on Summer Travels or something. So my bookstore has started to carry these, but I haven't seen this one yet. And this is, I think, Dostoevsky's first proper novel. This was published after The Village of Stepan Chikovo, and this really isn't regarded as one of his best works by any means. I think this is very much plot driven and will have a lot of his early philosophical ideas. I had to get it. I've read almost everything by this man and I want to continue. So I'm actually gonna start reading this today for a different video that I'm filming. So if you want to know my thoughts on this, you'll see them in like maybe a week. And then this next book, okay? I couldn't believe my eyes. They had all of the Penguin Tiny Black Classics, and then they had the other ones. I don't remember what edition they are, but they're really thin and they're this like pale blue color. And I know about those. I've seen those, not in real life, but on the internet. But then I saw these little tiny white books, or cream, we could say cream, these tiny little cream books with red writing, and I have never seen them before. Ever in my life, not even online, which is where I see everything. These tiny little Penguin archive books. Let me focus it. Look at that. Look at that. So cute. And they had a bunch of these, and I think they just came out because they say 2025 on the inside cover, so that would make sense that I've never seen them or heard of them before. So this is Revenge by Vladimir Nabokov. They had one Dostoevsky and one Tolstoy, I believe, in this collection, but I already have them and read them, and one author I've been really interested in currently is Vladimir Nabokov. I'm actually reading a textbook of his right now. It's Lectures on Russian Literature, but I want to actually read one of his like fictional works, and I'm not ready for Lolita yet. I'm not ready for that. So I decided to get this. It's called Revenge. It seems a bit interesting. It's very much fantasy. It says, a bashful dragon, a lost wood sprite, the prophet Elijah, and the devil disguised as a middle-aged woman appear in these playful, exuberant stories by Vladimir Nabokov. So do a vengeful husband, a barber confronting his torturer, and the author himself as he recalls his first love. Each of these 13 tales here enchants and enraptures us, only to gleefully confound our expectations. I'm also going to be reading this in the same video as Humiliated and Insulted by Dostoevsky. Go watch that video if you want to hear my thoughts, even though I don't think it's up yet. It should come after this video. The last book I got. This is what I really went to France for. The whole trip. Well, I went for a different reason, but this was my reason to go to France. And I'm so excited to show it to you guys. I'm like actually so excited. I got Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre in French. Can you believe it? This book is very important to me. This is the book that got me into classic lit. This is what got me into Russian lit because Jean-Paul Sartre was very much inspired by Dostoevsky's Notes from Underground, and that's how it all worked out. When I decided to go to France on this trip, this was my goal, getting Nausea in French. And do I know French? No. Do I intend to learn French? Maybe. But currently I don't know French. But I got this beautiful Gallimard edition, and these pages are so thick. You have to hear this. Do you hear how thick that is? That is crazy. I could not find this in literally any of the bookstores I went to. The Smith & Son bookstore had Nausea in this Penguin Modern Classics edition, which I really was about to get because we went into so many bookstores for me to find this book, and it was the last bookstore I went into that had it. I probably went into 6 bookstores looking for this. I almost got the Modern Classics. I decided not to because I was not leaving without this. I'm so happy I got this one. It seems like folio classics are really big in France, and the cover, not cute. So I was really excited to get this beigey one. It looks like really creamy off camera, but I think that's like a good representation of the color. Yeah, I was so excited and happy to get this book. Anyway, that's my little book haul. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know. But today is Saturday, it's the next day, and I actually just went to the grocery store because I'm making my dad ice cream for Father's Day tomorrow, and I just wanted to show you guys what I got. First, I got sliced almonds. I'm actually gonna toast these on the stove and add them to the ice cream. Chocolate chips. For the ice cream base, I got heavy whipping cream and then coconut milk. And actually, that's it. That's really all I need to make ice cream. I'm gonna start this in a little bit because once I toast the almonds, I need them to be cold before I churn them with the ice cream. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in a little bit when I'm starting to make my ice cream. I'm just gonna take maybe like a cup and a half. I honestly am kind of making this recipe from scratch based on a specific flavor called Happy Happy Joy Joy from the Penn State Creamery because it's my parents' favorite. Take about a cup and a half of this and just spread it out evenly on the pan and wait until they get a little golden brown. Hopefully I don't burn everything. I guess we'll find out. I think they're fully toasted. I'm gonna take them off the heat because I feel like they're gonna start burning soon. They smell so good. It's insane. I'm actually just gonna make the ice cream base now because honestly, I have nothing better to do. So I got all of my ingredients and I'm just gonna put them in my KitchenAid bowl. First thing we need is 2 cups of heavy cream. You wanna shake it and then put it in your bowl. And then 1 cup of milk. So I'm making a coconut ice cream. So I decided to get coconut milk. You want full fat coconut milk to make sure the ice cream is as creamy as possible. But for this step, I think you could pretty much use whatever milk you want. Adding a whole cup of coconut milk. Now I'm gonna add 3/4 cup of sugar. You can also use honey or agave. I used honey in my last batch though, and it was so sweet. So maybe use a little less if that's the type of sugar that you wanna use. 1, 2, 3. Lastly, you just wanna add a tiny pinch of salt. Now I'm gonna use my KitchenAid to whisk this together. I have the whisk attachment on, and it says to whisk for about 2 minutes, but you really just want to whisk until the sugar dissolves into the mixture. So just keep an eye on it and use your best judgment, but it should take around 2 minutes. Look at her go. That's so exciting. After 2 minutes, this is what we're looking like. It's very bubbly. Now what you want to do is you want to cover the mixture with a towel and put it in your fridge for a minimum of 1 to 2 hours, but you can leave it overnight. Not sure when I'm gonna actually churn the ice cream. I might do it later today, I might do it tomorrow. I just need it ready for tomorrow night. But when it's ready to churn, we'll do it together and it'll be really fun. It's been about 6 or 7 hours since we did the ice cream mixture, so I'm gonna take everything out of the fridge and the freezer and we can start making our ice cream. This is the KitchenAid ice cream mixer bowl. I always just keep this in the freezer because this needs to be fully frozen. This is what you need to attach the churner to the KitchenAid. You have to slide it onto this part of your machine, and to be quite honest, it doesn't feel very secure. I won't lie. I thought it was gonna fall off, actually. I actually just decided to move my mixture into this pot because it has a little lip to pour things in, whereas my other bowl didn't, and I didn't want to spill it everywhere. I'm gonna start churning. I'm gonna pour this in, and then we're gonna let it churn for about 20 minutes. Currently looking after just pouring the ice cream mixture in. So we're almost at the 15-minute mark and it is already so thick. I'm gonna start with 1/2 cups of both the chocolate chips and then the toasted almond. Oh dear. I'm gonna let this churn for another 5 to 10 minutes. Also, just keeping an eye on it. I honestly think it's creamy enough, but I want these toppings to blend in more. Ooh, okay. I think I added way too many almonds, unfortunately, but I'm just gonna scoop this into a bowl and we're gonna see what it looks like. And I'm gonna take out literally this. I mean, this didn't happen last time and it being completely stuck to the thing, the churner. I'm just mixing this right now because all the toppings were kind of on the outside layer and there was a ton of ice cream that wasn't touched. But honestly, this looks really good. But I do want to get a good spoonful of this just to taste it and make sure it tastes delicious. I won't lie, I was a little worried, but it's just so good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the freezer. You should let it sit in the freezer for about 2 to 3 hours and then it should get that more like frozen ice cream consistency. So I'm gonna put it in there, but I think this is a success. I just got a really exciting package that I've actually been waiting for all day. It's from Labo, and I thought we could open it together. Comes in black tissue paper. I didn't order anything crazy. I actually ordered a facial oil cleanser. Now, I have the driest skin ever, and this is the only thing I found recently that's been working for me. This is kind of gross, but I literally get such dry patches that get out of the shower, I'll use like a really thick moisturizer, but I'll still have like dry skin peeling around my nose and around my hairline. But this, since it's an oil, when I'm in the shower and I'm rubbing it on my face, it almost exfoliates that dry skin off. I don't know. It's completely changed my life. I love it. Literally cannot live without this. And then because it's Le Labo, I had to get some perfume samples. This one I've already tried before. It is Bay 19. It smells so good. I would love to get a full size of this, or at least just bigger than this little tiny thing. The only way I can really describe it is expensive water. That's what this smells like. And then I got one that I haven't tried before. It's Fleur d'Orange. I'm gonna butcher this. It's supposed to smell like oranges, so I thought it would also be a really good summer scent. So I'm gonna try my best to unwrap this right now. Wait, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Like, I'll definitely use it, but I probably wouldn't repurchase it. But maybe it'll grow on me. I'm not sure. We'll see. Anyway, that is my little Le Labo haul. The facial oil cleanser, Bay 19, and Fleur d'Orange 27. Hey guys, it's now Sunday morning, or actually it's afternoon by this time. It's 12:30 p.m. I've really just been editing my 24-hour reading challenge slash going to France little vlog. I don't know what I'm going to title it yet, but I've really just been editing this all morning. It's taking me so long. I just finished the rough cut and it took about 2 hours. So now I'm just going to go in, add some music, add some text. I'm going to try to add some doodles, be just a little bit more creative. I feel like I always am rushing to edit my videos and I kind of just do the basics. I'm going to try to make this one a little bit more fun, a little more creative. So we'll see how that goes. I'll put it up here or up there, wherever it goes, if you guys want to watch it. But that's currently what I'm doing and probably what I'll be doing for most of this Sunday. I'm just going to keep editing this video until I'm either too hungry and need to have lunch or until it's done. I expect it to take another few hours, but we'll see. It is now 3:30 and I'm still in the same spot. I just finished editing my video. It took me probably 5.5 hours total to edit. I had a lot of footage to go through and I wanted to do just some more editing, some more stylistic things than I typically do, but wow, that actually took forever. I'm debating now on just going ahead and making the thumbnail, getting everything done, or relaxing before I go to my parents' house. I'm not sure. I feel like I should just get the rest of the video out of the way. It just makes me so sad when I spend a whole day of my weekend doing something, but then I won't have to worry about this during the week because I do have some things going on. So I think I made up my mind. I'm just gonna do the thumbnail while this exports. It is now 8 o'clock. I got back from my parents' house maybe about 30 minutes ago and I took a shower. I put on clean pajamas and now I'm in my bed. I do go to sleep pretty early, although We still have one more thing to do, and that is to make my to-do list for this upcoming week. I'm trying to get better at making to-do lists. I just feel like any method I try doesn't work for me, and it's definitely a personal problem. But I've tried the calendar app, Notion, writing things down, and it just doesn't work for me. I'm gonna try a new method tonight and do it on my notes app on my phone. So I thought we could just do it together. Okay, it's been a few minutes later. I just finished my list. I put all of my general tasks at the top and then I just broke everything down by day. So this week I have a lot of work things. I have a lot of reading to do. I'm currently reading Humiliated and Insulted by Dostoevsky, and I want to try to get that done this week because I'm filming a Russian lit video on that. And then I also just want to get some other reading done. I'm currently reading Nabokov's lectures on Russian literature, so I want to finish the Gogol section. I'm more than halfway done with that, and then I want to read some more of the Norton anthology of theory and criticism. So a lot of reading this week, as always. That's what I do. That's my hobby. That's my interest. But for the rest of the night, I'm just going to chill. I kind of want to watch some Victorious and read some Dostoevsky. What a combo, I know. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know I didn't do as much as I probably thought because it rained literally all weekend, but I hope you enjoyed my little book haul, making ice cream with me. Let me know if you like more of this vloggy style video. If you do, I definitely make some more. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!